a new life started for me on Friday, March 9, 1990. That's when I lost one of my childhood friends. We were both about the same, we were the same age. He was like a brother to me and to my brothers, and he was like a son to my mom and dad. And his name was Daryl McGilby, but everybody knew him as Governor. Now I want to tell you a quick story here about my brother. There was just one time, it was 6 months after Governor had killed himself, and I was living in Nepal at the time, and I was with my brother, and I just needed to get away from Nepal because I just felt like I just couldn't breathe there, and I was worried about my brother Philip, and I told him, I said, Phil, I'm going to go to, at the time my mom and dad were living in Saskatoon, so I'm going to go to Saskatoon and stay with mom and dad for a while. And I told Philip, I said, Phil, you want to come? I asked him if he wanted to come. He said, no. He said he's going to stay. So I said, all right. And then right away I said, okay. And I said, okay, Phil, don't do anything while I'm gone, right? Don't do anything stupid. I said, I love you. I said, you're my brother and I love you. I said, if you feel like you're having a hard time, I said, call me. Or call mom and dad or something. I said, or even better, go see somebody. I said, go see, Uncle Eric or whoever. I said, just go talk to somebody. And I told Phil, I said, sir, okay? I said, are you going to be okay? And Phil looked at me and he nodded his head. He said, yeah. He said, I'll be all right, don't worry about me. I said, all right. And then I think the next day or something, shortly after I left, and went to Saskatoon, and I was there for about a week. And then we got that call. I remember my dad picked up the phone. I was in the bedroom, I was just listening to music or something. And then I heard my dad start yelling. And my mom knew something was up here. My mom was like, tell me what's going on, what's going on? And came out there. And then my dad told me, he said, Philip killed himself.